Okay, hello my friends. I would wish to take you through the process of creating a class register that is for Monday to Friday for 5 days using Microsoft Access. Therefore, you just right click, you go to Microsoft Access database, you launch it. Now once you launch, you hit on desktop, then click and type class register pro. Then you click on create. Now once you click on create, the first thing to do is to create a table. Therefore you go to this point here and then you hit table design. Now once you hit on table design, you type on student admission number. Then we shall have to create the student name. Then we have the student form. Then we have student class or stream. Then we shall have the year. Then we shall have the term, that is student year, then term that way. So this is number, this is number, this is also number. This can remain text or number. There is no much trouble on that since you are not using it for calculation, but let's have it as number and the primary key. Then from there we shall have the days of the week. We shall have Monday, we shall have Tuesday, we shall have Wednesday, Thursday, then Friday. There are 5 days. Then after having that, we shall have from Monday, this data type would be yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, that way. Then after doing that one, we can have the total attendance, that way. Therefore this one will be number, should be number. Therefore that is how our table will look like to start with, and then we can now save this one as our register pro table. Then after doing that, we need to now go ahead and really create a query. So because actually query is the one that will be used to do all of the computations. Therefore computations are actually supposed to be done in a query. Therefore we can go ahead and do that. We go to create, then once you go to create, we go to query wizard, simple wizard, then you go to send everything, next. For this one you can just call it query s, it is query student, then finish. Therefore this is the query for that matter. Then after doing that, we need to also create a main form. That is a form that will be used for that is for entry of the, that is where we shall be actually capturing the students from. That's what I really mean. And therefore we can go ahead and do that. You can go ahead and try to do that. You go to create, then form design. Now then from our form design, we can adjust this, then right click, go to form header and footer, and then make sure that this is good. Then go to properties. Now once you go to properties, you set where data will be gotten from. Therefore you go to detail, then form, then we choose our query. Our query is query s. Then you can save your form. You can call our form as register. Then after doing so, we can now cross this, then go to add existing list, and then we can drag and drop our feeds accordingly. We shall have our admission number there, which is not so big. Then we shall have our student name. Following, a student name will be a bit longer. Then we shall have the form, that is form like 1. Then we shall have class. Class can be the stream, something like North, Rongonot, River Nile, such. Then you can have year. The year is the current year. Then we shall have a term. Remember, register is termly, therefore every term has its own time. Then we shall have now the days of the week. We shall have Monday, we shall have Tuesday, we shall have Wednesday, we shall have Thursday, then we shall have Friday. Then we shall have the total attendance, that is showing the present. That is, the total attendance should be the present for this level. Multiplied, for example, by the number of students. But for this one, we shall have the total attendance for this line here. So, but for now, we can just ignore it. For now, we can just remove the total attendance. Therefore, basically, the students will be ticked from this point. That is for different days, distributed among the 5 days of the week. So we have that one there. Therefore, from this point, we can highlight this that way. Then we can highlight everything up to the end. Then go to format. We can go to this point here, choose black and bold to make sure that actually everything is readable. Then you need to go down here, pull this form footer all the way up to that point. And once you do that, you can again go to design, then properties, then choose form. And once you choose form here, go to default view and double click. Make sure it is set to continuous form so that every student can be displayed. That is the essence of hitting that button. Then after doing so, we can now go and label this. Therefore, you can just come to this point and draw a label. Therefore, we have Monday, we have Tuesday, we have Wednesday, now we have Thursday, we have Friday that way. For those are the 5 days of the week. Then you can still format them accordingly. Then you can also go back again to this point and take another label equivalent to the other one. Therefore, you have admission number, you have student name, then you have form, you have class, you have year, you have term. Then you click outside. Then make sure this one is somehow well organized. Also, this one can be done the same thing. Therefore, you can just make sure it is actually in the same level. Then go again to format, then that way. Now after doing this, you can again now go again to design. Then for example, write the name of the school. You can write my high school, secondary school. Then we go to this point, give it some color. Then you can also write here that this is the class register. Then go format again and do search. Therefore, if I go home and run this one, therefore this is what so far I have. Then after doing so, I can still go back and assign some different color that probably may depict a register that way. Therefore, my form so far looks like that: my high school, secondary school, class register, then for which class. Therefore, from this point, I can go on and copy some data from, that is, copy data from another database. Like now, I can just use the data I have from Excel. Therefore, I can just go copy, then I go to where my database is, I write and then paste that way. Therefore you can see now I have pasted my data, but I don't have term. Therefore I will go back to this point, then type term 2. I also type term 2, then I highlight both of them and then drag downwards up to where I feel I should copy. Now go back to our database and paste term 2 that way. Therefore if now I cross this one, then I go to my form and open, you see now what happens. But now I need to have my database filtered for each class, so that I can be in a position to fill for form 4 Longonot, form 4 Kenya, etc. Therefore I need to do a bit of query reorganization. If I can still pull this one forward, and then this one class should be a bit wrong that way. Therefore now after doing that, that should look like that. Therefore now I needed to do a bit of querying so that it can ask me enter form, enter class, so that I can be in a position to do the register for every class. Therefore we shall be doing that, but before I do that, you can still apply some formatting here to make sure that font is good that way. Okay, now our class register looks like that. Therefore we go back to our query here, right click, go to design, then go to where that is this one is form, then you can write enter form. Now this, we are now creating a parameter query from a select query. A normal query is just a select query. Therefore enter class that way. Therefore now we have applied the filter, and therefore when I run, the computer will ask me enter form, enter whatever. Therefore you can see what happens. Enter form, I enter form 4, then I press enter Kenya. I want to fill register for form 4 Kenya. Therefore form 4 Kenya, I have 8 students. Therefore I can just go for Monday and fill who are present. Then I go for Tuesday, when Tuesday is there, up to Friday. Then I can be in a position to get the total attendance down here. That is the number of students times the occurrence for this one. And therefore this can be done at the end of the day. That is when the day ends, the teacher can be in a position to tick these ones, and then have the register kept for the 5 days. Therefore basically you can see what we are doing. Enter form, then we can enter form. Okay, we can now proceed on filtering the classes, other than now the method I have showed you of filtering, that is this one. This one may not be this one may not be so effective when it comes to calculations. It will bring problems when calculating. This one will bring problems. If I can go ahead and use another method, go to design view, then remove the parameter query. The parameter query will bring some issues when it comes to that is calculations. Therefore we shall create a filter combo form that will not actually use much of code, but will be in a position to help us do exactly what we want. Therefore just go to create, then you can go to more forms, and then you create on model. Then you can remove this, you don't need those ones. Then go to combo, draw combo 1, then you cancel, then you also draw another combo, you also cancel, then you also draw another combo that way, then cancel. Therefore we need this one, this first combo here, to filter our year. Then our second one will filter our form, that is form. Then this one will filter our class, that way. Then after doing so, now we can make sure that this one is well formatted to be smart that way. Then don't forget, this one is for class, this one is for form, this one is for the year. Then we shall have a button that will open the class. Therefore you can use a toggle, that is open class, register. That way, then you click in, then out, for you to put some good code that way. Then you can resize that one, then save. Therefore you can save this one as filter that way. Now what we want this field to be connected to this query, and we shall use select statement to do that. Therefore I will just hit this, then go to design, then I click on properties, then I will bring this closer to you. Then data, you go to where row source is. Now when you go to row source, that is this point, we shall write a select statement, select distinct the field. We are selecting the field called S here. From where? From a table called, from our table is called what? Our register pro. From our register pro, that's what you are doing. Therefore you can just copy this now statement, then go to the next one. The next one is form, therefore you just paste. Therefore you are selecting not here now, but S form. You're selecting S form from the same, then we go to this one, we paste. We are not now selecting S class, that is S class, then save that one. Then we can see what we have. Therefore you can save and run, and therefore when you click, you can see it is reading the year. Now form is reading the forms, class is reading the classes, the 5 streams. Therefore after doing so, we need to write one sentence or maximum of 3 sentence code to make sure that when I click on this button, I will be in a position to open the register form. Therefore we shall right click, then go to right click this one. When it is in design view, right click, then we shall go to that is event. On click, you choose the event procedure, then click the 3 lines, then you type the following short code, that do command dot open this one, open form. We are opening a form called register. Register, that is our form, and we are opening it in normal form, normal. Then do cmd, the form will be maximize, and then we shall have me dot visible, that is the combo, that is the mode of form. If it's the one referred as me here, it will be false, then it will be crossed. Therefore that is the only code. You can master the code. Therefore the first code is opening a form called register in normal form. Then the second code will maximize the form. The third code will just cross the filter form. That's why we are coding in the filter form. Therefore after doing that, we are done with this code. Therefore we now go to the query, connect the query with this. We connect now the query with the form filter for filtering purposes, and therefore we shall go open our query. Then we go and we have coded the year, the class, and the form, and therefore we shall still do the same. We can start with the now first of all, before we do that, we need to capture this. We need to capture the names. We need to capture the names of this one. The name we need to know the name, that is combo 2, combo 4, combo 6. Therefore here Here is combo 2. Master that, and therefore when you go to the code, here is combo 2. Therefore you go to the here down here, and write forms. Then the filter is the form. Then another exclamation mark, combo 2. Combo 2 is the year. Then for the class, we do the same. We are now connecting the form with the combo forms, filter, and then combo 4. Then we go and connect the form, forms, filter, exclamation mark, the last combo 6. Hopefully we have not confused. If I can just verify that form is combo 6. Form is not actually combo 6, therefore you have confused. This one should be combo 4. This one should be combo 6. Combo 6 that way. Therefore, after now doing that, we have now connected successfully this one and the query so that this one can open. And therefore, when now I come and choose a class, I want to fill the register for the year 2020, which class? Form 3 Everest. Therefore, it should only open Form 3 Everest. You can see that. Therefore, it's only now opening Form 3 Everest because that's what I have done. And if, for example, I want to indicate that I'm feeding Form 3 Everest here, you can still go to the query and copy this. You can copy this code here, copy, then go to the form, then draw. When the form is in design view, you can draw an unbound control that way, and then type that formula. But the formula should be preceded with an equal sign. Then you can draw another one down here. Then go back to the query. That is for the form. We want now for the class. You copy this. Again, you go to this point and paste it equals to that. Then you can remove the label. You can just remove the label. Then run and see what happens. You see now 3 Everest. It is actually showing 3 Everest, what we are actually doing. Therefore, you can go home and make sure this one is also left aligned, or everything is left aligned. And then you give them the color that is almost similar to what we have. And then highlight again. And then highlight these two and make them black. Therefore now, you see now 3 Everest. I'm filling 3 Everest. Therefore, this one will now make my work easier when it comes to calculating the total attendance down here. That is every student times 2, afternoon and that is afternoon and morning. We assume that the register is actually taken in the evening or in the afternoon after now both the that is when the teacher has actually verified that the student was available in both afternoon and in the morning. Therefore, what we do from this point now is to just to do the attendance. Therefore, you go to design view. Then you can do the attendance, the total attendance here. You can do one, then duplicate for the others. Like now, for Tuesday, I can just go to this point this way. First of all, I can enlarge to see what I'm doing. Therefore, this is Monday. Therefore, you just come to this point and multiply. You just say Monday. It is actually sum of Monday. Sum of Monday. First of all, you put that and click outside. Then it will be now sum of Monday. Up to this point, sum, we put bracket. You also put another bracket. It is sum of Monday multiplied by -2. -2 that way. This one is depicted as -1, and therefore you're multiplying by 2. So you just put -2. Therefore, first of all, let's see what happens, whether it will work, so that you can do it necessary. Therefore, now I click on this and this. You see now it's working that way. This one should be for, yeah, you see now it's for Monday. It is because you are multiplying it with the negative value to make sure that, because it is actually a negative. Therefore, you have now total attendance for Monday, then you can have total attendance of everybody. Therefore, after now having this for Monday, you can still now copy this formula, and once you copy the formula, you can just now make sure that the formula is duplicated for other days. That is for essay manipulation, and therefore, just like we are doing, we can continue now working out. Therefore, let's go and work out. For Tuesday, go to design, then take another text box. That will remove this, then paste the formula. But this time around, you change Monday to Tuesday. Then format, you put that one. Then again, you go to design, you take a text box, remove the label, then paste the formula for Monday. But this time around, this is Wednesday, wait. Then you do the same format. Then you go again, design. Again, you draw. You paste the formula there. Then you go and change. This is for Thursday. Thursday, you wrote it that way though, or the, depending on how you can read it. Then you can go and do for Friday. That is, we remove this, paste the formula there, then go for Friday for free. That, so there is a mess up. Can remove everything and paste. Then go to, we remove the word Monday, we type Friday, free. That, then now you go to format, you do the correct formatting. Therefore, that one is now done as for now. That is for the calculations of the total attendance down here. Therefore, you can see as now as you type the student, just escape because of primary key. Therefore, as we do that, you can now get the students that were present in that class. For example, let's assume a student was present. Therefore, you can see 6666666. As this goes by, it will actually update. You can see 66666. That was the total attendance for every day. Then now you can have the total attendance here. That is the addition of all of these. Therefore, you can just go to this point, take an abound control up to this point. Therefore, you need to get the total attendance. Therefore, here you need to click property sheet and then identify the name of this text box. Therefore, like this one, this is text 20, 22, 24, 26, 28. So you can start 20, 22, 24, 26, 28. We go adding 2. And therefore, for this matter, we can just say that this is equals to text 20 plus text 22 plus text 24 plus text 26 plus text 28. That way, then we reduce that one, we go to format, we bold it that way, then go home and run. And therefore, you can see the total attendance. Therefore, this is the daily attendance, and then this is the total attendance of every class. And therefore, when you now save this one and query, you'll be in a position to get every class without much struggle because of actually what we have done as filtering. And therefore, when I go to this class now, I want to go to Form 4, Kilimanjaro. Therefore, you can see the same thing will now appear. It will work well since now we are filtering using the professional method. That way. Therefore, you can see now that one is working very well, assuming that the register is taken at the end of the day. And if you are very keen, if you look at this one, this point here, this point, it is reading, it is actually reading the class that has been filtered, depending on how we have really applied that one. And therefore, at the end, the class teacher will be in a position to have his or her lesson attendance. That is not actually lesson attendance, but the class attendance calculated for him or for her without much struggle. Therefore, you can see now how simple that one becomes. If you want now Form 4 Kenya, you can still have the class register done as that. Therefore, thank you very much for watching. That is just a bit of how you can create a class register using Microsoft Access. Therefore, see you next time.